solo outings and have not attended an event together for
They
some.
are holding on tightly to Meghan. Of course, she's not going to get a deal similar to the one she got with Prince Harry, but they will continue to work with.
Oh, strap in. This one reads like a royal soap opera so wild, even Netflix would blink twice before daring to script it. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Drama herself, might just be about to trade her prince for, wait for it, a billionaire from the Middle East. Yup, you heard that right. Rumour has it, an Arab billionaire. The kind who owns yachts longer than Buckingham Palace and art collections that could buy a small country, has his eyes firmly locked on Meghan. And insiders hint she's definitely not saying no anytime soon, quietly intrigued by the attention and the power it brings. Now, before you scoff or roll your eyes, remember who we're talking about. This is Meghan, a woman who jumped from mid-tier actress to duchess to global superstar faster than anyone can blink and say rebrand. Ambition? Yeah, it's basically her middle name. And if Meghan's learned one thing, it's how to flip the script completely when the crown starts feeling heavy on her shoulders or when the spotlight shifts unexpectedly. So how did we get here? From that picture-perfect royal wedding the world drooled over, to whispers that Meghan's heart might now be chasing billionaire power, influence, and prestige. Let's rewind the royal tape. Ever since Harry and Meghan's golden exit from the family circus, the so-called freedom life hasn't exactly been the smooth Malibu dream everyone imagined. That $100 million Netflix deal, more headache than headline. Spotify pulled the plug on Meghan's podcast after just one rough season, and the power couple image they tried so hard to sell. It's been looking more like a public relations struggle than a success story. But just when it seemed the smoke was clearing, Meghan started popping up solo, stealing the spotlight at fashion events and luxury brand appearances, glossy magazine shoots, high-profile red carpets, the works. It's the kind of glamorous re-entry that screams, "I'm back, world," and one of those ultra-luxe outings might have flipped the entire narrative in ways even insiders didn't expect. Sources deep in the fashion circuit say Meghan recently attended an exclusive charity gala in Dubai, packed with royalty, moguls, and billionaires whose fortunes are the stuff of legends. But what really got tongues wagging wasn't the cause or even her jaw-dropping designer gown. It was who she spent most of the night talking to. A charismatic, ridiculously wealthy Arab billionaire known for private jets, luxury resorts, and let's just say, a colourful and interesting history with A-list women. One source described him as the kind of man who doesn't chase, he chooses. And that night, eyewitnesses say he chose Meghan. They claim he was completely captivated, whispering in her ear, holding her attention with that rare mix of charm and power only men with unlimited wealth can pull off. Meghan, for her part, was glowing, laughing, leaning in, her hand resting lightly on his arm. And though she was officially there for a women's empowerment initiative, the chemistry between them made the room buzz louder than the chandeliers overhead. Now, Harry wasn't there. In fact, he hasn't been spotted at many of Meghan's recent solo appearances. He's been in California, looking subdued, distant, distracted, and according to insiders, increasingly unhappy. Sources close to the couple say the strain between them has never been worse. They live under the same roof, yet inhabit completely different worlds. One insider revealed, Harry wants simplicity and family. Meghan wants the spotlight and status. And that's where the billionaire enters the picture. After that Dubai gala, communication between Meghan and this mystery man reportedly didn't just stop. Private calls, late-night texts, and even discreet meetups in Europe have been whispered about in Hollywood and high society circles. One insider claims he's been lavishing her with attention and offers, including a private jet trip to his sprawling Abu Dhabi estate. Of course, Meghan's camp denies anything romantic. They're calling it networking, but that's the same word used to describe her earliest Hollywood connections. And we all know how that story went. Things get even spicier. People close to Harry have reportedly warned him something feels off. Meghan's energy has shifted. She's dressing differently, talking about new beginnings, and spending hours on the phone with her team plotting independent projects. A friend of Harry's told Page Six he's terrified. She's pulling away. Emotionally, it's like she's already moved on, even if she hasn't said a word publicly. Since the coronation and everything else, you can't really blame Harry for worrying. The man has faced emotional whiplash these past few years, from walking away from his family, losing the stability of royal life, to seeing the public turn against them. And now rumours suggest his wife might be entertaining a billionaire suitor. But make no mistake, for Meghan, this could be more than just a fling or rumour. It could be her next power move, a high-profile connection to an Arab billionaire, someone with global influence, endless money, and zero royal restrictions, could give her everything she's been craving: luxury, freedom, and relevance, without the royal protocols or British tabloids dragging her every step of the way. No titles to defend, just power, pure, unfiltered power. And for someone like Meghan, who's built her brand on reinvention and self-determination, that's the ultimate prize. Meanwhile, back in Montecito, Harry is reportedly spiraling. Friends say he's been trying to reconnect with his family, a move Meghan isn't exactly thrilled about, leaving him increasingly isolated and frustrated. After King Charles quietly invited Harry to visit Balmoral alone, Meghan was visibly upset, according to one source. She saw it as a trap, a clever way for the royal family to pull Harry back under their control. But Harry, sources say, wanted to go anyway. He feels like he's losing everything. One friend summed it up. He gave up his home, his family, and his country for Meghan. And now he's terrified he might lose her too. If the rumours are true, that Meghan is even considering stepping away from their marriage for the allure of a billionaire lifestyle, Harry's nightmare might be coming alive. Because if she makes that move, it won't just mark the end of a royal romance. It could be the final act of a story that started with a fairy tale wedding and spiraled into global scandal. And the wildest part? Some insiders say this billionaire is ready to fight for her publicly if he has to. He's completely smitten. One source revealed he believes Meghan is misunderstood, mistreated, and utterly magnificent. He's reportedly told friends he'd give her the life she truly deserves. Now, whether Meghan takes that offer, that's the real drama. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Meghan Markle, it's that she doesn't move until she knows she'll land on her feet, preferably in designer heels. Whispers are growing louder that she's ready to step out of Harry's shadow for good. The question isn't if she'll do it, it's when. Family, legacy, and a high-profile empire are all on the line. What started as harmless networking has exploded into the kind of scandal that even Meghan's crisis PR team can't spin fast enough. The stakes have never been higher, and everyone watching knows it. And it's not just behind velvet ropes anymore. Headlines drip with suspicion. Paparazzi lenses are snapping harder than ever. Harry, reportedly, is losing his grip, whether in the marble corridors of Beverly Hills or the quiet streets of Montecito. The Arab billionaire has turned up the heat. Private jet invitations, diamond-studded gifts, and personal notes in exquisite calligraphy promising Meghan the world, and then some. He's reportedly told close associates she's the most captivating woman he's ever met, and you don't say that lightly when your inner circle includes supermodels, actual royalty, and some of the richest people on the planet. But Meghan, she's got that perfect mix of Hollywood glam, polish, and royal scandal that screams irresistible to a man used to getting everything he wants. And it seems she's definitely not shutting him down. Sources say Meghan has been taking these calls, slipping away under the guise of Zoom meetings, her office becoming a secret stage for hushed tones and quiet intrigue, and looking a little too radiant afterward. One friend even revealed she's been glowing in a way she hasn't in years, which says a lot for anyone following her post-royal saga. But while Meghan floats in this intoxicating new energy, Harry is reportedly spiraling. Insiders claim he's been drinking more, spending long nights alone in the garden, and even calling old royal contacts, sometimes reaching out to Prince William's circle for advice. Imagine that. Harry, the same man who once burned bridges with his family, now allegedly crawling back because he feels his marriage slipping through his fingers. Tragic, almost poetic. The prince who abandoned his palace for love now watches that love flicker like a candle in the California sun. Apparently, the tension has reached a breaking point. Friends tell the Mirror their once luxurious Montecito home now feels like two separate worlds. Meghan's been focused on her next moves, solo projects, rebranding, and expanding her network of wealthy, influential admirers. Meanwhile, Harry's been trying to reconnect with his military roots, family, and causes back in the UK. They've grown into two completely different people, and it's showing. Here's where things get jaw-dropping. The Arab billionaire, let's call him Mr. X, reportedly made a public appearance at a high-end charity gala in Monaco last week. Asked directly about Meghan, he smiled and said, "Some women deserve a kingdom of their own. Cue the meltdown." Harry, already rattled by the rumours, reportedly confronted Meghan the moment she returned from a business dinner in Los Angeles. Neighbours told Radar Online they heard raised voices, doors slamming, and what sounded like someone crying. Sources close to the couple later claimed Meghan accused Harry of being paranoid and controlling, while Harry shot back that she was humiliating him in front of the entire world. Just like that, the royal fairy tale turned into a full-blown tabloid nightmare. One insider summed it up perfectly. Harry still loves her, and that's the saddest part. He's trying to hold on to something that's already slipping away. Meghan is now in a different orbit. Whether or not she's actually planning to leave him, and it's clear she's been planting the seeds of independence for a long time, quietly preparing to step fully into her own power and freedom. Remember her solo appearances at fashion events, the new projects she's been teasing with high-end designers and luxury brands, the sudden emphasis on Meghan, the individual, instead of Harry and Meghan, the couple. It's all starting to make sense. She's preparing for her next chapter, and let's be honest, she's always been a woman who knows exactly how and when to move on. But the public is starting to notice, and the backlash is already brewing. Social media has been flooded with comments like, "So she traded the palace for a paycheck, and now she's trading the paycheck for a penthouse. And poor Harry, didn't he say he found his forever, his love?" The narrative has flipped once again, and Meghan's being painted as the ultimate heartbreaker, the woman who walked away from everything and everyone who ever tried to hold her down. Of course, her team is spinning the story faster than ever. Anonymous sources are suddenly popping up in the press, claiming Meghan and Harry are stronger than ever, that she's laser-focused on family and philanthropic work. But those same outlets conveniently forget to mention that Harry's been spending nights away from home, while Meghan's been networking at events where her husband is noticeably absent, rubbing shoulders with the elite and planting seeds for her next empire. Meanwhile, the royal family is reportedly watching with popcorn in hand. Palace insiders say King Charles isn't surprised, and senior royals have privately joked that Harry is finally learning what they tried to warn him about. Brutal? Yes. Classic royal karma, absolutely. After all, Harry once accused his family of emotional neglect, manipulation, and betrayal. Now he's the one being emotionally outmaneuvered by someone who learned from the best, him. And if Meghan really is considering cutting ties, she'll do it in the most polished, PR perfect way possible. A carefully worded statement about personal growth, a few glossy interviews about respect and co-parenting, and of course, a photo shoot looking effortlessly serene in a tailored cream suit while the world burns around her. Because let's face it, Meghan doesn't cry over endings. She turns them into brand opportunities. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Mr. X, the billionaire, isn't just a romantic distraction. He's reportedly offered Meghan something even bigger, a production partnership worth tens of millions, under the guise of promoting women's empowerment and global storytelling. In other words, a business deal that could rival or even surpass her Netflix and Spotify ventures. And that, my friends, might be the real reason behind this entire saga. Whether or not she leaves, Harry, Meghan is making moves, and she's making sure the world watches every glittering, headline-grabbing step as she carefully rewrites the story of her life with power, prestige, and strategy that only she can pull off. The story might read like betrayal, but to Meghan, it's just another transformation, another chapter in her reinvention, another rise from the ashes. She set ablaze herself, but for Harry, it's heartbreak, pure and simple. Because for the first time since walking away from the palace gates, he's realizing Meghan doesn't need him anymore, and that truth is hitting harder than any royal scandal ever could. And when a woman like Meghan Markle stops needing you, she's already halfway out the door. Mentally, emotionally, and in every subtle way that counts. Every appearance, every business move, every glossy photo shoot is a signal, a message that she's stepping fully into her own power, rewriting her story on her own terms. So as the world waits for the next big announcement, one thing is certain, this isn't just another rumor. This is the beginning of the end for the fairy tale that once had the world believing in modern royalty. Only this time, the crown isn't the prize, the empire is. And Meghan Markle, She's already building it, strategically, stylishly, and unapologetically, with or without the prince by her side. If you're as shocked as we are, hit that like button, subscribe, share with friends, and don't forget to comment. What do you think Meghan's next move will be? The world is watching, and the empire is waiting.